Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism. And this refugee video is a sponsored video sponsored by Michael for Buzz. I cannot get rid of this frog in my throat. And here is Buzz's story. Hi, Ollie. It's Buzz. I will need a contribution for this video as I balkanize. I will contribute later this year. I moved 2,000 miles away from my abusive mother with nothing, so like you, had to wait for a mattress, sleep on the floor. I'm recently 35, single. My mother trapped me for 7 years. Among many other narcissistic abusers in Indianapolis, Carmel, Indiana is boomerland at its core, so you can run away from an abusive parent and run right into another abusive boss, etc. But I got out. I wanted to share how NPD is affecting young men and being single, because we're raising and praising narcissistic kids at the high school level, the college level, and the early 20s, until the frontal lobe starts processing things around 26 to 28. It's narcissistic boomers and golden children get rewarded in government jobs, consulting jobs, a lot of bros get hired, and women, sorry feminism, get hired solely for their looks. And now they have a leg up on all the non-NPD kids, as it's as old as Rome. But what is going on is narcissistic guys abuse the good girls, and the narcissistic girls abuse the good guys, so no one is dating. Well, girls like those bad boys. And what these women, they're abusing the good guys by not dating them in their prime years. And what these women are doing is they're giving their prime years chasing bad boys, riding the Cox carousel, okay? And then what happens? They hit the wall. And the wall comes for everybody, folks. The wall comes for everybody. And here's the thing about the wall. The wall's undefeated. It never loses. Nobody beats the wall. Nobody. No matter how much Botox or plastic surgery or facelifts, you just start looking like a monster. The wall defeats all. The wall defeats all. And now we have Instagram and dating apps. And as you've seen, there's a huge uptick in deaths of despair and silent suffering. And I think that's our tribe they're trying to talk about. But we're not a victim. We were a victim. But we're getting stronger, so I don't like how the narcissists on TV paint that, i.e. the news people, the most plastic shells of humans at all, ironically, a fitting job for them. But I do think it's taking a huge toll on young men in particular, and wanted to seek your views on IG and dating apps. And the first thing is you need to get off Instagram and dating apps, because they're full of narcissists, and they're full of valueless, soulless people. Okay, especially the women, twerking their asses because it's the only value they have. On Instagram and dating apps, the narcissist has an advantage because they're all about self-image projection, marketing themselves and not caring about others. And to me, this leads to a lot of online abuse. Saw Andrew Tate saying women make men feel like they don't exist anymore, and he's not lying. Can't hear from him anymore. Well, only on Rumble. Understand something, people. You don't get the platform for lying. You get the platform for telling the truth. He's even profiting off it because he knows it to be true. But when your last video cited that most narcissistic abuse is coming from mothers, and I believe this to be true as well, I think male NPD is a little more overt than covert. I think these girls on dating apps view men as nothing but means to get something material. They do, because these women are out there thinking that, I want a top man. I want top 1%. What are you offering? And when you ask these women, what are you offering? I'm offering, well, look at this. It's like, shit, I could buy that. It's hotter than you. And pay it to leave. So what do I got to put? What are you offering? Do you cook? Do you clean? Do you want to have children? Can you carry a conversation? Are you going to have my back? Are you going to listen? Are you going to listen to the things I say? Are you going to respect my opinions and my choices? You don't want to work? Okay, that's fine. If I have the resources that you don't have to work, fine. But are you still going to try to run things? They want it all, and they offer nothing. And it's a real breakdown of society. I mean, look at the butt models on Instagram. They're the definition of loving their own image, right? But the good thing about them is the wall comes for all. The wall comes for all, and the wall don't lose. The wall is undefeated. So as of today, I'm swearing off dating apps and Instagram and all social media. And it already feels much better, but I wanted to seek if you have advice for young men out there dating and running away from things that don't serve you, i.e. these tech companies aren't about the young men. They're profiting off these sites, and they're about their stock prices increasing due to users. This is my advice to young men. And my advice is not much different than that of Andrew Tate's or a lot of other guys who talk on this issue. My advice to young men is to build your wealth. Spend your 20s building your wealth, collecting your resources, preserving your resources. Job, money, house, real estate, investments. And then by 28, 29 to your early 30s, then once you're established, then you want to try to find a long-term spouse, a long-term mate. And you're going to want to make sure, and you're going to want to see them on the younger side. You're not going to find what you're looking for, okay, 99 times out of 100 at that point, guys, from a woman your own age. You're just not. You're going to be dealing with some other guy's mess, some other disaster that they've made out of their life, okay? Why are they single in the first place? Okay, dealing with someone else's kids, multiple baby daddies, multiple drama. You don't need that. You want to get a girl right out of college, 21, 22, with something to offer, looking, who hasn't been riding the cock carousel. And that's going to be harder and harder to find these days because they're trying to sexualize these kids younger and younger. But it seems like there's a good portion of these kids that are rejecting it. The ones the alphabet people can't get to. This is all about emasculating men, devaluing men, okay? And when they're doing that, they're, like I've said before, they're fighting biology. They're going against biology. And the problem is these women get to an age when they hit that wall and they're lonely and they don't have any family. And all they have is their butt pics on Instagram and them twerking all over the internet. That's what they have. And then you're going to hear, where are all the good guys at? Well, all the good guys are with girls who didn't waste their fucking best years on losers and dicks. That's where it is. I also want to point out the Bumble CEO and how young men are getting blocked. Female CEO selling woke culture. She literally thinks she's the queen bee whose company is called Bumble, for Christ's sake. And if you speak up like you do on YouTube, these dating apps cancel and block out men. So the men who are already weakened economically by the NPD, Golden Child Social Order. So basically what they have there is a website full of simps and cucks. Somebody asked what simp means. Some people say it's short for simpleton. I like the Tommy Sotomayor definition of simp. Sucker impressed by mediocre pussy. When I say simp, that's what I say. Sucker impressed by mediocre pussy. Yeah, the bi in there doesn't really fit. Kind of shoehorn in, but better. It could go with simpleton as well. But that's why these women then wake up at 30, 28, 30, 35, childless, or 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies. They've hit the wall. The wall's won. Where are all the good guys at? I want a top 1% man. Good luck. Good luck. What are you offering? Oh, I can show you my, here's my value on Instagram. I'm shaking my ass on Instagram. Great. Great. Yeah, I'll pass on that. Online gives them something free as escapism, but it's profit driven by most narcissistic people dominating it. So anyway, I want to hear your thoughts and advice you have for young men in dating, and hopefully this topic can help people who are suffering on those apps. I think they're very addictive. They keep people on them for years, if not decades. I have had girlfriends that are now freezing their eggs because instead of dating good guys, they go for NPD guy after NPD guy. And what does that say about them? Sounds a bit borderline on their end as well. And yeah, that's what happens when the wall comes. When the wall comes and you don't have a family and you don't have a legacy and you don't have anybody to take care of or love, okay, then it's, where are all the good guys? I want a baby. Why not me? Well, maybe if you weren't riding the cock carousel, okay, you didn't give your best year away to fucking dicks and assholes, okay, you wouldn't be in that situation. But they bought the lie of feminism. They bought the lie of sexual revolution, that you could sleep with anybody. There's no consequences. There's consequences to all of this. The wall tells you what gives you your consequences. That's the harsh reality of hitting that wall, is with that wall comes the consequences of their past behavior. And we know a lot of women don't like dealing with consequences of their behavior in many ways. And then they're left older and single, and this is happening at a global scale now. So to me, this is very big, and no one wants to talk about the topic. Balkanizing and staying strong. Buzz, Sam. Well, people are talking about it, Sam. People are talking about it. It just gets you the platform now. Okay, because you have queen bees running these apps, running these organizations. You got a queen bee in charge of YouTube, a queen bee in charge of Bumble. You got a queen bee in charge of many of these places. Feeding the lies to these women. Okay? That all that old stuff is patriarchy, it's racism, it's sexism, it's this, it's that. You're free to do whatever you want. You could sleep with as many men as you want. You could twerk your ass as much as you want. Go out, go girl, go put it there. But at the end of the day, they're fighting biology. And the wall gives harsh lessons in biology. Because the wall comes for everyone, and the wall is undefeated. My advice, young men, don't get distracted. Stay off the internet. Build your wealth. Collect your resources. Get real estate. And then you're going to want to go and find a girl about 7 to 14 years younger than you. Men and women mature at very different times. Big difference between a 21-year-old female and a 21-year-old male. Big difference mentally and emotionally. Huge. And in order to make a girl happy at that age, if you're secure, you have resources, you have wealth, you have property, you have a much better chance of having keeping a woman happy, making her happy, and giving her what she actually wants, not what she's been told that she wants. So, I hope that helps. Thank you for your story, Sam, i.e. Buzz. Thank you to Michael for sponsoring. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you, all of this goes goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal links and my email in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care, everybody.